Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. So in today's video, we have not one but two new properties in eastern New Mexico. Both are in San Miguel County. Both are up by Conchas Lake. Both are in the Rancho Lake Conchas subdivision. And while these parcels are not adjacent, there's about roughly five or six parcels of land that separate them. So anything I say about one of these properties will pertain to the other. So in the interest of efficiency, I'm making one video. We're going to post it on both listing pages, and you can feel free to compare and contrast the two properties on your own time. With all that said, let's get into the particulars. This one right here is reference number SMNM-4439. As noted, San Miguel County, Rancho Lake Conchas, 5 acres. This one is priced at $8,000. The other property is just a scooch larger. It's almost 6 acres. It's like 5.9. And this one is priced at $9,000. For the record, I am going to work specifically off this listing page. But again, feel free to review the listing pages at your leisure, at your own time. So, with that said, let's do as we always do, pull these up on maps. As with all of our listing pages, come down here. We've got 5 GPS coordinates, 4 corners and a center point. Click any one of them, and then boom, up on Google Maps, they shall appear. All right, first off, the 4439 property, which is the $8,000 5-acre property, this one sits right here along Magnolia Road, just to give you a sense of exactly how close these two properties are. This one sits right here along Magnolia Road. It's got a neighbor over here across the street. It's got neighbors over here along its southwestern boundary. And then if you go just a little bit further up the road, the 6-acre 9,000 property also sits along Magnolia. It occupies roughly this chunk of land right here, with a neighbor also to its southwest. Should be noted, if you want to get a sense of the exact size, shape, location of this property, don't click on Google. Google will be no help. They don't have the plat overlay. Come back to either one of these respective listing pages, scroll down here, and we've got the Google Earth overlay. That'll give you, again, a sense of size, shape, location. You can scroll through these images that my assistant has helpfully created, or, guys, you can check out this plat map. This plat map, which is older than the Shroud of Turin, it looks like. I don't know, but pretty old. We got it from the San Miguel clerk's office. A lot of people like these plat maps. I don't find them particularly helpful, but there you go. If you're one of those people who does, knock yourself out. All right, guys, back to the map. So, as noted, these two properties sit in the Rancho Lake Conchas subdivision. It should be noted that the Rancho Lake Conchas subdivision is thousands and thousands and thousands of acres. I have no idea how large this thing is, but it is huge. And it occupies, I'm going to try to eyeball it, try to guess here with my mouse, just sort of all of this area that you see right here. Developer came in many, many moons ago, chopped up all of this land into considerable pieces of property, 5-acre lots, and resold all of them. And what is curious to me is that pretty much the entire subdivision, you've got power lines running throughout it. But all of the people who actually live in this subdivision, and I can't stress this enough, this is a very rural area. If you're looking to get away from people, this is a good place to try it. But point is that within the entirety of this subdivision, you will really only find people living where I just showed you here along Magnolia Road. And the reason for that is that Magnolia is supposedly the only road in the entire subdivision that has underground utilities. So along this road, you have power, you have phone lines, you have can't think of the word, but high-speed internet, all of it out here along Magnolia and nowhere else to be found in the rest of the subdivision. So when we were buying land out here, I had a lot of parcels to choose from, but I specifically looked for stuff along Magnolia. Anyway, let's not bury the headline. These properties, of course, are very close to the Conchas Lake State Park. Out here, of course, you can do a lot of boating, fishing, relaxation. It should be noted that that Conchas itself is a small, we're going to call it sleepy little town right here by the lake. They've got some mom and pop grocery stores, some convenience stores, volunteer fire department, and strangely enough, an airport. Go figure. But aside from some small grocery runs that you'll be able to do out here, if you are looking for things like, I don't know, more groceries, larger amounts of supplies, bigger box stores, chain restaurants, dining, shopping, nightlife, we'll call it. That I don't know that that applies in eastern New Mexico. You can make your way over here to Tucumcari, which is about 30 minutes southeast of the subject property, or Las Vegas, which is about 45 minutes northwest of the subject property. As I said, it's a little rural, okay? Anyway, but if you zoom in here on Tucumcari, you can get a sense of exactly how populated this region is, what they have out here. As noted, you know, big box stores, chain restaurants, things like that you're going to be able to find out here. There's plenty of post offices very close to the subject property, but things like a Home Depot or a Walmart or a Lowe's, for instance, that you're going to have to drive to either out here or to Santa Fe for. Excuse me, I said Santa Fe, I meant Las Vegas. Anyway, so FYI. With all that said, let's just go back here to the subject property. I want to show you guys. So the property sits roughly about, I think it's like a 15-minute drive out to the lake. In fact, if we right-click and measure distance to roughly the lake's entrance point, it says 10 miles, but realistically you have to kind of conform this thing to the route that you're going to take here along the 104, and then you see it's more like 15 miles, 15 minutes, something like that. I will point out to you, however, that one of the nice things about being here along Magnolia is that you have this kind of back-end access here off of Pisano Lane up here. You can access it here along Garita Creek, this area over here along Garita Creek. Or I think Pisano is the easier access point. But if you go back to satellite view and you look at this again, what you will see is you can get pretty close over here to the western end of the lake out this way. Obviously, the main entrance is over on the other side, but the point is you've got a little back entrance in up here. So, with all that said, let me go to the photo gallery and show you guys exactly what this land looks like out here. Of course, we have photos of the lake. You can get a sense of exactly how nice this is. Our photographer was out here in the midst of the coronavirus, so of course there was no one on the lake, no human to be found for many, many miles. But point being, it's a very nice, very picturesque area, and were we not going through a global pandemic, you'd probably see boats and jet skis and fishermen and picnics and lots of fun things going on. Anyway, aside from the lake itself, we also have photos of the property, which begin here. I forgot to mention, this Magnolia Road connects off Highway 104. So this is the entrance right here off the highway. You're driving along the highway. You've got this very easy access point right here. Of course, any vehicle is going to be able to traverse this. As you can imagine, in a region where they have underground utilities, the roads are also very well maintained. So if you drive a tiny car or a big truck, either way, you're not going to have much difficulty. Oh, hey, look, proof of the buried cable and underground utilities that exist out here. Anyway, Cattle Guard welcomes you into the subdivision, and then as you see, you've got power lines running through the area. And you can see some of the neighbors who are out here and what they have established for their homes. There's not a lot of zoning information you can find on this area. It's designated as rural residential. My takeaway from that, I know you can't live indiscriminately out of an RV. If you're looking for a property for that kind of thing, this is not it. But when you look at what the neighbors' houses look like, you can get a sense of, oh, look, buried fiber optic cable. Also, are those gas lines? I believe that's a gas line. But you can see out here that you've got some mobile homes, permanent foundations, things like that. Single-family residence, those are sort of the norms out here, mobile, modular, etc. And, another nice thing about these properties, as you can see, is you've got a lot of nice flat land, easy to build on, not the type of thing where you need to come in and grade or excavate or do, a lot of landscaping for the first few months to even be able to position a mobile home. Out here, everything's flat. Once you kind of dig it up just a little bit, you're going to be able to have a nice place to locate your new home. It should also be noted, of course, you can see the what are these things? The mesas off in the background, the foothills, I will call them. They're going to provide a lot of nice views for you when you wake up and go to sleep every night. Etc. So anyway, more photos of the land, more photos of some of the neighbors' houses here in the region, but overall you can tell this is a pretty easy area to live in with all the amenities that you have and kind of picturesque. And of course, you're very close to the lake. I will just leave you with one more thing here. I'm trying to get down to the drone shot. The drone shot is 40 shots away. Anyway, this is the 5-acre property. You can see because it's got the neighbor here across the street, but this is what the 5-acre property looks like right here. So this will give you a nice sense of exactly what the region is like, what kind of homes that the neighbors have built out here, and what you should be able to do with the land. With all that said, I'm just going to direct you guys, normally we have some kind of PDF about zoning. We have one up here. This thing is zoned A2 Rural Agricultural. This PDF is not incredibly helpful. We're looking for something else to update it with. So I would recommend if you have specific questions about, hey, what can I build or park out here? It's best to direct those to the San Miguel County Planning and Zoning Office. We, of course, have their website right here. We have their phone number right here. As noted, it's not the type of land where you can just park an RV for indiscriminate periods of time, but the homes that you saw right there should be a good guideline for you as to what is acceptable. So those look like the kinds of things that you want to do, that you want to build, that that you're intending to live out of, then you likely will not meet much resistance out there. FYI. With all that said, just want to direct you guys to some helpful links that we have here on the table. If you don't know much about the Conchas Lake State Park, you click on that. It'll bring up their website, show you all the great things that there are to do out here as far as fishing, hiking, boating, camping, so on and so forth. It'll give you a nice sense of that. Additionally, we also have a link to the, wrong one. We also have a link to the Mora San Miguel Electric Cooperative that services this region. So if you want to reach out to them and talk about, hey, I'm looking to build some property out on Magnolia Lane out there. You guys have got utilities running the length of that road. You know, what do I need to know? What's the cost to hook up? So on and so forth. They are good people to talk to about that. Click that link. It'll take you to their website, and you can find some phone numbers on here where you can direct those questions. Additionally, we also have, as always, the Office of the State Engineer. You're going to build a residential or a commercial well anywhere in the state. You need water rights. You're going to want to contact these people. This is the office that controls all that. Click that link. It'll take you to their website, and it'll give you the local contact information for who you can talk to out in eastern New Mexico. Finally, before I leave you guys, I just want to say, if either of these properties look like something that you're interested in purchasing, two things I would tell you. Number one, we got title insurance on both of these closed as always through New Mexico Land and Title, so you'll be receiving warranty deeds with them. Number one. Number two, if you want to get a sense of how well priced these are, let me direct you to landandfarm.com, where I have helpfully entered San Miguel County right here. We're going to narrow this down by acres. We're going to say, let's say from 3 acres to, I don't know, 7 acres, something like that. We'll apply that filter and we'll search. If you want to get a sense of exactly how well priced these are, just come here, sort by price, lowest first, and you'll be able to see that currently the cheapest 5-acre property in San Miguel County is priced at basically $10,000, and here's another one priced at $10,000. I should just have you guys know, normally I would like to be pricing these a little bit less. We spent a little bit more on acquisition costs this time between title, insurance, and photography. Additionally, it should be noted that these are both in very nice locations along that aforementioned Magnolia Road, the only road for miles and miles that has those underground utilities. I looked at both of these listings, and neither of these can say that about themselves. Additionally, if you look through the rest of these, you'll see 5 acres for $35,000 in this county, 5 acres for $40,000, $42,000, $45,000, $48,000, etc., etc. So the point is that 5 acres for $8,000 and $9,000, while it's more than I'd like to be pricing these at, it is the sort of affordable deal that we typically like to offer here. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these properties, just come down here, click the Buy Now button, and we'll take you to a secure checkout page. For the record, guys, this is one of these deals where we will close however you want. If you just want to, put everything on a credit card and pay us that way, or if you want to close through a title company, we're cool with either one. That being said, I don't anticipate the average person could charge that much money on a credit card. So we just put a non-refundable $500 earnest money deposit here. We just ask you for the $500 down. And basically, once you put that down, we're going to contact you very quickly and ask, how do you want to fund the rest of this? Do you want to do a wire transfer? Do you want to close through title? Are you good with a credit card? How do you want to do it? So just to be clear, the $500 is not like a down payment, like, oh, $500 down, $100 a month type of thing. It's just the beginning of the cash transaction. So with that said, enter the legal name for deed. You, your wife, your husband, your kids, who's going to be on this property's deed. Tax address, where is San Miguel County going to be sending the annual tax statement, which is, by the way, not much. I think it's like $20 annually. Answer some questions down here, and then agree to the terms of service. Click Next, and on the very next page, we'll be asked to enter credit or debit card information. Once you do that and you've placed the deposit, again, you'll hear from us very soon. If you elect to close outside of escrow, just do it with a credit or debit card, something like that. We will have a deed to you within 24 hours. You approve it. We will autograph it, notarize it, mail it off to the county to be recorded, and the county will forward it on to you. So from about start to finish, it is roughly about 3 weeks before you'll have that hard copy in your hands. That being said, that's the way that process works. If you want to learn more about the title escrow process, just come up here to how it works, buying from us. We detail here the way that this sort of plays out. Recommended type of closing, usually for properties over $10,000, but these are close enough. If you feel squirrely about giving all this money to someone over the internet, you want to make sure there's a third-party intermediary. Maybe you're taking out a loan from a bank. You're going to need to make sure that you have title insurance. Just put down the earnest money deposit. Tell us you want to close through title escrow. We'll draft a contract. It's going to look a lot like this. Let me bring this one up. This is a generic version of one of our standard contracts. One page for signatures. We sign it, you sign it, and we will submit that to the title company. They will open escrow, and then within about 2 to 4 weeks, they'll contact you when they're ready to close. They'll ask you for the remainder of the money, and they will not release it to us until we have deeded the property into your name. So that is how that process works. Anyway, hope this was informative, guys. Hope you got a lot out of this. As noted, 2 of these properties out here, 5 acres for $8,000, 6 acres for $9,000. Feel free to explore the 2 listing pages on your own time. And if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment here on the YouTube or give us a call, 702-919-7170, or shoot us an email, support@hemingwayland.com. See you guys in the next video.